Make sure to join me on Patreon to get the exclusive encore episode. Today, I'll be talking about Joe Biden's appearance yesterday, somewhere down in Florida, I think it was, and the unbelievable response he got from the crowd. You're not going to want to miss that. I'm still stunned. Snap. How are you, folks? Great to be with you on a filthy Wednesday already. Yeah, fucking hell.
Mr. DiPaolo, no one could be as nasty as you pretend to be unless they really wanted to be disliked.
We'll do it live.
Who says I'm pretending?
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Yes. Joe Biden talking about the Constitution. How you is, folks? What it was. What an interesting time to be alive. The guy who said that, I don't think it meant it as a compliment. I think it was like a slight when he said it. But it is, huh? Holy moly. Real quick sports recap last night. Might as well, I'm a sponge. Phillies hit 5 home runs. Get this, they scored 7 runs and never had a guy in scoring position. It was like 3 2-run homers and a solo shot, I think. They had homers in the first 3 innings of a World Series game. No team's ever done that. And they seem like a team of destiny to me. And all the big guns are coming through. Bryce Harper's, he's the MVP of the playoffs by far. Guy's a killer. And I'm happy for Philly. I got to be honest. Look, I'm an American League guy. You know? And Astros, to me, is still in the National League. I grew up watching them for 30 years. I can't let it sink in that they're an American League team. But anyways, I don't know. Philly's such a good sports town, and any sports town that throws ice balls at Santa Claus at a football game, they're in my heart. And then my Boston Bruins, real quick. I know you don't give a shit, but they're off to the best start in the history of the franchise, which was 1922 when they started. That's saying something. I mean, they've had some great teams. And they don't even have Charlie McAvoy, a perennial all-star, the best defenseman maybe the best player on the team. He hasn't played yet. I never seen anything like it. The coach, by the way, Jim Montgomery, University of Maine at Orono. I remember seeing them Montgomery. I go, why? What's the hockey connection? How do I know that name? Sure enough. Guy goes, he won a national championship as a player up at UMaine. So that makes me good, too. Anyways, they're 9-1. They were down 5-2 to the Penguins last night. You guys probably bored the shit. I don't give a fuck. It's my show. They've only won, up to last night, they'd only won 2 games when they were down by 3 goals in the third period. In the history in the last, 20 years or something. Yeah, last 20 years. Anyways, they did it last night. So I'm telling you, usually it's a top. Anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about dentistry. What's the first story? Wolf in sheep's clothing. I hope that wasn't a Jewish light. A new public records request reveals how millions of taxpayer dollars have funded controversial gender-affirming. See the language, how they pretty it up so it sounds innocuous? Gender-affirming, like somebody say, like my tits? I am. Yes, sir. Medical treatments for trans identifying minors in Pennsylvania. Okay? Millions of dollars to mutilate your kids before they even know who they are. The Pennsylvania Family Institute, that's the PFI, I was their quarterback for 2 years, a nonprofit representing family values, filed a right-to-know request with Pennsylvania Department of Human Services to find out exactly how much taxpayer money has been spent on medically transitioning children in adolescence in the state. Yeah.
That's a sick question. You're a sick fuck, and I'm not that sick that I'm going to answer it.
We want to know. The request revealed that since 2015, more than $16.7 million in taxes to cut off tits and castrate kids have been spent on puberty-blocking drugs, cross-sex hormones, and gender-related surgeries for minors. I mean, how much does it cost to mutilate a clit? Yeah, come on, what do you need? Clamming knife and a Bic lighter. What? The fuck are you talking about? Anyways, when Governor Tom
I suck cock.
Wolf took office, he unilaterally changed state policy to cover things like double mastectomies. Do you see how these drunk with power these people are? Double mastectomies to remove healthy breasts. You can't fucking waste a healthy breast. I don't care who it's on. For minor girls. And irreversible. Dallas is kind of laughing because he's got kids. He's like, it's my fucking daughter you're talking about. Irreversible experimental hormones for children. Let's take a look at whatever we're going to look at. Oh, no. This is what's going on.
Daniel, hi.
Could you make me a woman?
Honey, I'm so happy.
One of the best movies ever. Anytime that comes on, my phone will ring. It'll be Colin Quinn. And he'll lie to me when we used to, when I used to have HBO. He'd go, hey, there's a Bill Hicks documentary you put on HBO. And I'd put you motherfucker. We'd do it back, and he fucking, I could listen to him talk about this movie forever. That and When Harry Met Sally, all the shit that people thought was good, it's the most garbage fuck. But I do like Harvey Firestein with his voice like this from Sucking Cock. Anyways, said Emily Krebs with the PA Family Institute, the same drugs used to chemically castrate convicted sex offenders are being funded by tax dollars for minors. This type of care is happening right now at major institutions like CHOP. Have you had their, oh my God, their mashed potatoes and the cream spinach?
That's what they do with all the things they cut off people.
That's right. That's right. That's right. If you guys have eaten at a Morton Steakhouse, you've had tits. Anyways, CHOP, Penn State Health and UPMC Children's Hospital, that's what it stands for, of Pittsburgh, CHOP, especially to children in foster care. Jesus Christ, what an evil country this is. In 2015, I'm sure a kid who's in foster care who had no parental guidance whatsoever, right? He's in a position to make In 2015, Democrat Governor Tom Wolf took office, nominating, oh God, Dr. fucking Rachel.
Please give me cock.
Levine, seen here doing a Sally Struthers impression. Look at this fucking, I'm sorry. People say mental illness. When I look at that, let me fix my head. I want to look like her. All right. Fucking head shining, ain't it? Look at this. That's part woman, part defensive coordinator for the Eagles. Rachel Levine, a transgender pediatrician, as Pennsylvania's physician general. Before becoming the assistant secretary of health to the Biden administration, Levine worked for 6 years to advance what? LGBTQ rights, including access to gender-affirming care. He's part of the government. He's all for this. Levine has pressed for insurance coverage for medical gender transition at the state and federal levels. From 2015 to 21, Pennsylvania saw nearly, I'll repeat this, 5,000% increase in spending on gender-affirming care. It's like see, that's how you know it's like a trend or a fad. It's going to go away. People are going to be fuming. Let me ask you, anyways, for minors under 18. Look at this guy, girl.
I'm gonna fucking smash his fucking face in.
Hey, it's a they. Don't fuck up. Have we ever... Has the medical profession ever been more dumbed down? It's creeping me out now. And they're talking about equity. You know, if you're a white guy in the waiting room, you're going to the back. I don't give a fuck what you got. It's creepy. And I'm seeing commercials now. I see a local woman doctor. I don't know if she's local or it was a national commercial, but I don't want doctors' politics involved. You know what I mean? If I go in for an operation, I don't have to worry about whether the guy knows my fucking politics on my show and he might, take out the wrong kidney. Why, Nick? You having a kidney removed? Oh, maybe if I keep up the moonshine I'm making. I'm in Georgia. You realize that? Okay. Anyways, let me take a sip of timing. Best line ever by fucking Patrice. That's right. Take a sip of timing, stupid. Anyhow, I get so sad I hear him on the fucking radio. And Geraldo. And I'm like, I want to... anyways, what do we got here? Racist rotten Reed. And I'm not talking about Joy. Surprisingly. I know. How many dirty Reeds are there? Donna Reed. She was a real whore. Parents from Washington State. That's not D.C., folks. That's way out west. West Coast stupid. They lead the league. They're undefeated. Parents from Washington State's Olympia School District are outraged. I mean outraged. Over footage showing a newly appointed school board director slamming police officers as pigs and shouting, "Fuck the police," during protests. So they were aware of this footage, yet hired her anyways. And why anybody would live out there. It amazes me how those pigs, this is her talking, can sit over there to watch us peacefully talk about what we want changed in this state. Tawana Reed said in 2021, she did lose weight. You see what they're doing? I'm going to be on TV. Do you believe this is what infiltrates our politics today? Honest to God, we're cutting our own throats. She's not smart enough to be fucking dog catcher in Washington State. But she's got a hate for cops. Let's put her in some position where she can actually, how much more? Keep voting Democrat. Let's listen to her in her earlier days at the protests.
The police, man. The police, and they don't pay attention till we tear up. So just see, before I get started, tear everything up in the city until they do what we want them to do.
You fat, nasty black bitch.
Let me ask you a question. Am I using the internet wrong? I can't find a clip where there's not a beep. When somebody says, fuck, it's the internet. I watched a girl have sex with 2 donkeys yesterday. But I can't find a clip where they actually don't bleep the fuck word. Am I using it wrong? Seriously, I don't know what I'm doing. I watched a beheading a few years ago. What the fuck is... Alicia Perkins, a mom concerned by Reed's stance. This is her stance right before she... Oh, there's a... boy, she's got... I swear to God, Fox lights them so they're whiter than they are. Concerned by Reed's stance, called the school board's appointment completely baffling. Well, I guess you don't know what country you live in. I think, she says, and I agree with this, the larger issue here, Miss Reed aside, is that we clearly have a school board that was bound and determined to place her in this position, proving themselves incapable of making reasonable decisions, Perkins said on Tuesday.
You are correct, sir.
She said that the local community was allowed no say. Oh, she thinks it's for and by and of the people, that corny shit. No say in determining. I understand that at the federal level, but, we used to have some say at the local. Wow. How to represent your constituent. Allowed no say in determining whether Reed was given a position on the school board, and doubled down on her claims that the board is ideologically driven. She's absolutely right. They were determined at all costs to have Miss Reed appointed, she said. Despite the look at, she lost a lot of weight and still a miserable twat. Despite the uproar from parents like Perkins, the school district affirmed, in other words, fuck you, mind your business, shut up, obey. We're in charge. You have no say in it. What is this, a democracy? A representative republic? The school district affirmed its decision to hire Reed. Just saying, giving the parents an FU.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
School board, man.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
You heard me.
Who the fuck?
Out. It's made a laughingstock of our school board, and it's just really unfortunate for our community, for our students that deserve better representation, Perkins added, also mentioning Reed's criminal history. She got a criminal history. That's all she had to respond. Ms. Reed has been shown to have an extensive criminal record. Keep telling me how racist this country is, by the way. Letting thugs out a day later after they beat somebody on the street with a fucking hammer. Letting douchebags like this, criminal record, be on a school board. Or just keep telling me how racist it is. You know what, fucking Washington State, you deserve, I can't say that because you probably didn't vote for any, you didn't vote for your dumb governor, Inslee, whatever his name. Anyways, she's been shown to have an extensive criminal record and a tremendous appetite that should have immediately excluded her from this position. It's really a question as to how this could happen. Well, at least one lady, Miss Perkins, is tuned into. How does that happen, Dallas? Imagine if you're a white guy, you were, well, you know, I just read a story that Kentucky, a cute girl, Kentucky sports reporter on the sideline. She railed on somebody about blackface or something. She got on her high horse, so somebody dug into her and found some racist shit she said when she was 18. Now she's canned. But this fat black twat, extensive record, put her actually, in your local government.
In a place that will be controlling children.
Exactly right. Let's lower the standards, folks. Again, it's all planned. I can't believe there's nobody here that wants to stop it other than Trump and me and a couple of kids.
Those don't count because they're under duress.
They're what?
In your basement.
Oh, under duress, yes. I thought you said under my dress. Not anymore.
No, that's tomorrow.
They're under your dress. Did I mention I'm transitioning? Wait till you see me at the Kennel Club. I got a nice hoop skirt and I bought a big, those hats black women wear to church? You can get them at Belk's. It's a store down here. Folks, head over to nicktip.com to get exclusive? They don't sell them anymore at, Calvin Klein or Bill Blass's place?
Dollar General.
Nicktip.com to get exclusive hats, t-shirts, hoodies, leather chaps, and more. It's yet another way for you to support the show and look like a villain at the same time. You can also get signed copies of my previous specials and all of the Nicka, that's N-I-C-K-A, I don't want to confuse shirts. And that, what? Just go to nicktip.com, click on store. Again, that's kevinmcgillicuddy.com, and click on Joe Biden's fucking forehead. Thank you guys so much. Hey, what are we doing here? What's going on? Sip of my Java. Yeah, I'm very excited about my Bruins. Jesus Christ. They were down 5-2. Pittsburgh was all excited. Everybody thought it was over. They pulled the goalie, the Bruins, and tied it up, and then win it in overtime. I'm going to make you a hockey fan. You're going to fucking love it.
Oh, I love going to live games.
I'm going to make you a fucking sit on the couch, love it. At least the playoff. No better sport, man. And you know me, I'm like you, I'm a football fucking fanatic. Playoff hockey is as fast and violent. They go 8 minutes without a whistle. I can't believe people watch the NBA. The other night I was flipping through it. I go, let me just see if it's as shitty as I've been saying. I watched about 3 minutes of it. I'd say it might have been 7 whistles. Every time 2 giant guys go up for rebound, there's a whistle. Ooh, free throw. Why don't you just go to the fucking state fair and watch your dad try to win a stuffed animal for his fat daughter? That's all it is. It really is. I can't believe it's a great basketball's fun to play. It's a great. I understand that, and people always go, you don't appreciate the athlete. Yeah, I do. I was a fucking athlete. I get it. When they're playing, I appreciate it. But I don't need to see a guy 7-2 at the foul line 8 times a game. And I'll say it one more time. I question your intelligence if you think it's a fun sport to watch. I really do, because it's 2 hours of exchanging baskets until any of them meet. I don't know. I think you must like NASCAR too, but that's not true. Anyways, a group of brazen thieves. Oh, this is handbag heaven, by the way. A group of brazen thieves hit a Nordstrom and got away with $140,000 in merchandise and designer handbags. Now, if I read that a year or two ago, I'd go, wow. But now I go, yeah, that's it. I mean, nobody's arrested them. That's all they got. They're terrible at their jobs. Police said that the incident happened on Wednesday, October 26th at the Westfield UTC in University City, a commercial district near the University of San Diego. You going to ruin this city too? Because people leaving in droves out of LA, and a lot of them were going to which is a great city. San Diego's beautiful. Played the Comedy Store down in La Jolla. Used to stay at Mitzi Shore. Pauly Shore's mother had a condo down there. Used to put us up right on the beach, looking at dirty asses walking by. Then go in and bomb and go home. The thieves struck just after 7 p.m., according to a representative. And the reason they show the footage is, let's take a look. And my first question was, well, I don't see anybody working there. Unless they came in armed, which I don't think they did. Did it mention that? I don't know. But anyways, I don't see a shitload of security. I don't get it. It's reparations. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's reparations. That's why I stole a hairbrush out of CVS a couple weeks ago, just to see if they'd do anything. And they did. I did a week down here, I tell you. Let's take a look at these brazen thieves. La la la, here we come. Let's throw in a white kid there so we can't. Look at they wear medical masks. Look at this. They have clippers. They're just cutting whatever the plastic thing that the bags are tied to. Look at fucking pigs.
You're entitled to shit.
I'll say it again.
You're entitled to shit. You're entitled to shit.
For you people that are listening, a bunch of hooded kids are in a jewelry baggage store stealing pocketbooks and shit like that. And people go, they'll resell them. No, they won't. These brothers get a fur coat and they'll wear their Louis Vuitton bag right to the dance club. No, I shit you not. In less than 60 seconds, the group comprised of 7 to 9 thieves is able to grab dozens of bags and leave the store completely without saying thank you.
How rude.
I say that. You're going to say thank you completely without being stopped.
Bye-bye.
Of course not. Why would you stop them? A total of 70 bags. That's a lot of fucking clams. That's a lot of bologna. That's some smokes. It's a lot of red balloons. Fucking, how do you say it? Lufthansa. What the fuck was that? A total of 70 bags were taken during the heist, police said, after the fact, because they wouldn't tell you during the fact. They were out shooting pool. The reported value of the designer purses, 140 large, as they say in the mob. The exact brands of the purses stolen is unknown. Who gives? Really? It is unclear if the group was armed with weapons. Why is it unclear? You got them on film. Haven't you analyzed this 100 times? I only looked at it once. But they did have cutters on them to remove. Would that be scissors? The fuck are cutters? A relief pitcher? Got a good cutter? They had cutters on them to remove tags from the purses quickly. First of all, they don't leave the tag on like they do when they buy a hat or their shoes. Nick, who's they? You know who the fuck I'm talking about. That's right, Amish. Surveillance video from inside the store shows the group just walk away after jacking the bags. Ooh, the guy writing this is getting all fucking hip on us.
Why is everyone so fucking stupid?
I don't know.
Why aren't more people intelligent, like me?
Why do I picture Kim Jong-un every time I hear that? Officials with the San Diego Police Department told that they believe the group of thieves are part of a theft ring from Los Angeles. Well, you're 3/4 of the way home and make an arrest. I mean, they're from LA. I don't know, follow them up to 5? The fucking... Why don't you just come out and say the real thing? You know what, but they're black kids and, it's their turn. What? The group has yet to be identified, but does appear, listen to this. This is when they mention race, by the way. It's the only time they'll mention race. The group identified a pair. Look, I'm getting excited about it.
Tap the brakes, tap the brakes.
Sound like Porky Pig over here. Itty bitty color kids. they identify, but they include both black and white individuals as well as men and women. So it's a diverse. That's good. It's diversity and inclusive as far as gender goes. They would never mention black thieves. And they say it appears to be, those light hands, I'm not even sure they're white. Why, Nick White? No, they don't. For the most part, they don't take part in this. I'll say it again. But if they did, they're wiggers. What's the difference? Nick. Yes. Sipasanka. I don't want you. Oh, I had filet mignon last night, folks. I don't like when my wife buys it because, she likes it well done. That's just like stabbing a baby in front of me. You know what I mean? I go, what are you doing? What are you doing? You want it well done? So I brought it outside. I poured gas on it and threw it in the shed and lit it.
Next time, just give her your shoe.
I did that. And she said that was rare. I don't even know what that means. She said, and I do mine. This is what I did. I got a dry rub recipe. Tremendous. There's a bit of dark brown sugar in it. What's that do? It chars. It puts that crust on it. You know what I'm saying? And then, so I charred, and then I put it in a cast iron in the oven. No, I did mine under the broiler, and hers too. Sometimes I put it, for me, 2 minutes on each, 2.5 minutes on the one side, and then 2 minutes on, that was it. You take it out. At that point, it might even be purple, and wrap it in tin foil, let it sit for 10, 15 minutes, comes up to red. It looks like it was out of a goddamn commercial for a good restaurant like Applebee's. And of course, hers looked like my grandmother's gash.
Want some ketchup with that?
Yeah, all gray and fucked up. Nick, that's horrible. Anyways, it was so good, but it was restaurant quality. I'm more of a New York strip guy lately. Fucking 2 minutes on each side under the oh my God. And I do what Chris Penn does. Chris Penn, he's dead now. Died when he was like 32. Maybe because he used to put butter on his steaks. Which I remember reading right after he died. They said he used to eat 3 steaks in a sitting. So I put butter on that. Oh my God. Anyways, I'll be dead soon. And you guys can go see Carrot Top. What? What's this called? Something about a coffin? What's it say?
Final Nail and Hochul.
Final Nail and, Hochul, right? She's the woman who replaced Andrew Cuomo as governor of New York, and she wasn't voted in. She's like an interim coach, and she's as liberal and dumb and ugly as all those broads. A mom of 3, listen to this, a black woman of 3, executed in front of her kids less than 24 hours after her estranged husband was sprung. How many times have we read these stories? Sprung from jail, get this, on no bail over a caught-on-camera beatdown she posted to her Facebook page in a desperate plea for help. So she posted this of him beating the shit out of her a week before all this stuff, or a few days before this went down. He's back on the street because of no bail. If this isn't the final fucking nail in Hochul's fucking car, watch this savage beating his wife. This is what she posted. Buffalo mother posted a horrifying video, Facebook, her being beat by her husband days before he fatally shot her. Now, if I'm fucking related to her or whatever, I would hunt down Hochul myself. Wouldn't you? I don't know. I have to question your love for your relatives if you did. Or whatever. I'd kidnap her niece and throw her off a bridge. Nick, that's ridiculous. No, it ain't. Be the happiest person in jail the rest of my life. Look at, she's beautiful. And look at this scumbag she hooked up with. Well, looks like every defensive end for the NFL. He does. He looks like somebody's got a small, was it a basketball player? I don't know. The shocking case in Governor Kathy Hochul's Western New York hometown, Buffalo, has sparked fresh outrage to New York's no-cash bail laws and to the governor and fellow Democrats for refusing to repeal them. Exactly.
Problem. You're the fucking problem. You fucking Dr. White, onkin jamrag, arkin spunk bubble. I'm telling you, H, you keep looking at me, I'm going to put you in the fucking ground. I promise you. Not this time.
Adam Benefield, that's him, 45 years
There's
old.
something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
He has a prior conviction for kidnapping another ex-girlfriend at gunpoint and is now charged with shooting dead his 30-year-old wife, Kiera Benefield. The victim was taken, her young children, ages 6 months to 9 years, to school. She was taking them to school on October 5th when he ambushed her on a road and gunned her down, authorities said. Benefield was free to carry out the alleged murder after being released from custody a day earlier on only misdemeanor charges, despite the horrific attack on his wife inside her home.
You're a crumb creep.
Just think about this, folks. These Soros-appointed, attorney generals or district attorney, and I'm not even saying that's the case here. Hochul's a governor, but it's intentional. They're letting the mental people run free in New York, and they're letting the savages out of jail and sicking them on you. It's not a fucking accident. Tragic. Kiera Benefield had shared the sick footage of Benefield allegedly punching and kicking and slapping her on Facebook in a cry for help less than a week before she was murdered. Now, in the weeks since the grim slaying, questions have continued to mount as to whether more could have been done. Really? We're still having a... No.
Not a conversation.
Yeah. No, what could you do? I mean, how could you avoid this? How about more prisons? I don't want to hear about less. I want to hear about longer sentences. We have enough fucking land in this country to build 1,000 more. I say build them. Just make them pretty on the outside. Nobody will give a fuck. Anyways, conversation, have been done to prevent. What can we do to prevent her demise? Is that really a question?
What's the world coming to?
Wouldn't you be a little furious if you knew that one? I think matter of fact, the mother of that woman, the slain woman, said yesterday, or online today, or whatever, that Hochul was responsible. Yep. Mother of God. And like I said, folks, I skip hundreds of those stories. It's becoming extra. Did we talk about the father and daughter that was stabbed in the parking lot while they're working on their car?
You mentioned it. We didn't cover it.
Yeah, good. Can you fuck them? Nobody even, it came and went. I read it yesterday. Nobody's talking about it. A guy and his 20-year-old daughter working on a car in the parking lot of a Target or somewhere, and a homeless guy stabbed him to death. I haven't heard a word since. Anyways. You know how you get rid of all that? You come see me. You think you're down now? You watch. Wait till you see my shitty attitude with 4 fucking rum and cokes. Guys and gals and everything in between. I'm very inclusive. I'll be back on the road in less than 2 weeks. Here's where you can see me. November 11th. That's like a week from, it's next weekend, ladies and gentlemen. You can see me at the Palm Beach Kennel Club, West Palm Beach, Florida. The next night on the 12th, Snappers Comedy Club in Fort Myers, Florida. And on the 13th, Side Splitters Comedy Club in Tampa. Excuse me. January 13th and 14th, Comedy Off Broadway, Lexington, Kentucky. Holy Jesus, I better start. February 3rd, I better start ironing some ties. February 3rd and 4th, the Grove Comedy Club in Lowell, Arkansas. March 11th and 12th, the Comedy Club of Kansas City in Kansas City, Mizzou. You can get tickets to all these shows at nickdip.com. Just click on that tour button, all right? Hope to see you out there. I'll buy you an Alabama Slammer, a sidecar, a Godmother. Jokes from the early 70s, a rusty navel, a fucking shiny nipple. Gilligan, little buddy.
Your son looks like a fag to me.
Hey, it's not my son, it's my producer.
I could be.
Doesn't matter to me. It would only help my reputation if I hired one. Nick, what do you mean about you heard me? Hey, here's an interesting headline. This will hold you for another 10 minutes. The Jewish Thought Police. The Anti-Defamation League, that would be the ADL, folks, and no, it's not a soccer league, has partnered with the Arthur Murray Dance Studios. No. Has partnered with researchers from Princeton University. Oh, that's not two politically correct organizations working together, is it? ADL and Princeton. Nothing good's going to come out of this. It's not going to, let's put it this way, your rights aren't going to be expanded on a new subjective data collection initiative. That's creepy right there, right? Data collection initiative. Anytime you hear that, folks, they're collecting you. We're already on 1 million databases. Just fucking, you still have to build new ones to track so-called, listen to this has got creepy, so-called threats and criticism of elected officials.
No, 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 no,
You hear
no,
what I
no,
just
no,
said?
no, 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 no.
I'll say that again. Criticisms of elected officials. Although presently aimed at tracking incidents, that's in quotes, involving local politicians, listen to what they call it, the Bridging Divides Initiative. That's BDI. Fucking evil. Somebody's evil. I don't know who's behind it. I do, but I don't want to say. Bridging Divides Initiative is intended to expand beyond local officials to state and federal ones. Again, did you guys hear what I said? Not about hitting somebody or throwing a rock at a politician. Criticism, which is usually in the form of words, isn't it? Or a tweet or an email. There are already indicators that the BDI may inherit the ADL's partisan bias. And they are very partisan, the ADL. They are, I blame, and again, I'm always defending, Israel and Jewish people, but you got to stop with this shit, Anytime anybody says anything, they call it anti-Semitism. Okay, maybe Kanye West let it fly. What's the deal? Did Kyrie Irving, I guess he's got a book out that's promoting anti-Semitism. Is that what it is? I don't follow the NBA, but, so what? And again, this is America. Do what you got to fucking do. If that bothers you, hate the guys, but whatever. Anyways, may inherit the ADL's partisan bias as criticisms of politicians who promote critical race theory. Yeah, they should be criticized. Draconian health measures and LGBTQ plus propaganda. All these people should be criticized. They should be questioned. They should be badmouthed at every chance, in my opinion. Have already been tracked. You hear that? Already tracking people who are saying that. And recorded as threats and harassment. What?
Get this through your head, you. Get this through your head, you Jew motherfucker, you.
Now that's a little over the top. Threats made by pro-abortion activists didn't even register. Do you hear that, Bug? So if you're pro-choice and killing baby, they won't even put you on the list. You're fine. What is the BDI? Princeton University announced the BDI had been launched to, listen to this, systematically evaluate threats and harassment of local officials across the United States using public event-based data.
Who said that?
Your hair should be standing up on your
Who the
neck.
fuck said that? Who's the slimy little communist shit twinkle-toed cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant?
I believe it was Tom Brokaw. Tonight in Haddonfield, Illinois, a woman was stabbed. Jason Myers. She looks like Tom Brokaw. Anyways, can you imagine that? So they're collecting, your criticisms online or whatever, and making a nice list already. Do you see where we're headed? Data-driven analysis is critical in helping communities respond to emerging challenges, said the brainwashed Shannon Hiller, the executive director of the BDI, you dumb bitch.
Who gives a fuck what you think?
You hear that? You get a whole generation that has no problem with this. Wow, sort of missing the point of this whole country, honestly. By observing incidents, and like somebody said, remember somebody said online, somebody wrote this, I forget, but it didn't start with the ovens. It started with one political party dominating another, then the media, and from there. And you think this is hyperbole, I don't. By observing incidents and events data over time, researchers and policymakers can take action to protect civic space. What kind of fucking Orwell talk is that? Protect civic space. You're not going to be safe no matter where you go. How about that? According to the BDI's premiere report released on October 20th, the threats and harassment are not in and of themselves crimes. Yeah, why don't you stop the sentence right there? But, of course, here comes the but, incidents beyond legal definitions of criminal conduct. Yes, they're beyond, exactly, beyond, that's another way of saying that they're not crimes, that it's legal. You just played word salad with us. Oh, my fucking word.
You a communist?
Oh, huh? Me? No.
How do you like it?
I don't like it.
They tell you all the time what to do, what to think, what to feel.
You like octopus? I got octopus in my fucking ears. While incidents of attacks, arsons, and the like are critical in understanding elements of political violence, meanwhile, the Dems are out there saying the Republicans and Trump support and the right are responsible for the violent climb. Meanwhile, they've been calling fucking Republicans Nazis since Biden got in office. It's turned up tenfold. Fucking Nazis and anything, you know, anything to turn up the violent rhetoric. They're insane, man. They are outside of the scope of consideration here since they are already captured in criminal data. In other words, anything that's not a crime right now, that's not on paper, we're going to make it a crime eventually. That'll be your thoughts and your words. That's all they're saying. The threats the BDI is interested in are defined as, get this in quote, instances in which one person communicates to another their intention to inflict pain, injury. The key word there is communicate, right? They have bug your phone. They're already tracking your emails and your text. Anyways, I'm waiting for one to come out where I'm yanking it to fucking, you know, ChineseMidgets.com. Anyways, it kept going. I think it's wrong. Intent, listen to this. Intent is not important in qualifying a so-called threat, but rather perception. Are you believing what I'm reading here? What a common person would find threatening or harassing. And that would be the left, right? They're doing it now. They think words, they say silence is violence.
So they define what the words are going to mean.
Of course. And they've already been doing it. The BDI explicitly notes that a threat can be present even if there is no intent on the part of the perpetrator to carry out the threat. That's like them going, you know, they've done this before too. You're racist, you just don't know it. That type of shit, you know what I mean? But is that not Orwellian or is it me? All I can think of, and if you haven't read the book, you guys are missing out on a terrific, and they should do a sitcom. 1984, the sitcom. How fucking funny would that be? I think I just gave away a great idea. Anyways, this is what we're, of course, this should remind you of this.
In 1949, George Orwell had a vision of the future. Today, that vision is still a best-selling novel, and his prophecy remains as terrifying as ever.
Richard Burton. Anyways, that is it. That's a creepy story. What bums me out is I think people hear or read something and it doesn't even reflect what they're talking. They don't even realize what they're, you know, they're too busy working, take care of the kids, and trying to put food on the table. You can't blame them. I, however, as a comedian, have scads at time. Who else watches football from noon till 2 in the morning? I'll tell you who. Who used to, but he's dead now. That's right, Stephen Hawking. He couldn't go nowhere. Used to have a little doggy fence around the house. Anyways, that's it, folks. I'm tired of life, and go fuck your sister-in-law. Good night, everybody. Now, don't forget to go to nickdip.com. Check out my tour dates. I hope to see you out there. Cameo.com. If you'd like me to roast a friend or a relative, go to cameo.com. Click on my profile. It'll explain it all. You guys think that I'll say it. You're very welcome. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Get this, for the final day of the week again. Bye-bye.
Hi, good night, everybody.